Hi. Hello, hello. Welcome, everybody. This is our no, not Facebook Live. We were actually on Facebook, but this is Google Hangout. So I'm so excited today. We've got this great interview with Jelena Ostrovska, who is a real top amazing lady in the home-based business niche. And the reason why I wanted to conduct this interview today with Jelena is because I was conducting a Facebook Live yesterday, and I came across quite a few people who knew that making videos was the way forward to grow their business, and they were actually scared of making videos because why? Because they had an accent. Like myself, I got a French accent. They had an accent from wherever they are in the world, and they did not feel confident, thinking that it was not going to help them. Yeah. Hello, baby. But it was not going to. Basically, they were scared, thinking it was not going to help them build their business. And I know that Jelena is a top marketer, is a coach, certified coach in one of the best online educational platform to learn how to market online. And Jelena is from Latvia, is it?
Yep, that's right.
Here we go. So she's from Latvia, and she's going to give you some insight about, having an accent. Is it going to stop you from being successful, building your business? So that is the reason why I wanted to invite her. So Jelena, the floor is yours.
Thank you for inviting me, Aurore. It's my pleasure. So yeah, when it comes to building a business, like one of my biggest challenges was to actually, when you build a business, you have to do two things. If that's going to be online, that number one, record videos and put yourself out there. And like right now we have so many options, like, live video, like Facebook Live, Periscope, just a regular video when you upload when you record it and upload it to Facebook or to YouTube or whatever, and calling your leads, getting on the phone. Because what I found is that I did not get results. My first year in network marketing, I just had no idea what I was doing, because I had no education. So I don't even consider that year as I did something, because I was just like spamming people all over the place. The second year was like when I really started diving into education and like how to build a business and online marketing. And I joined an online marketing community where I still stick to, obviously. So, and everybody was telling me like, Jelena, you need to do videos, you need to call your leads, you need to call your prospects. So when I was calling people, like my biggest challenge was, what if they say something and I don't understand? What if they say something that's not written down in my script? Because I was using a script, because I had no idea how to really communicate with people more effectively. Because talking with people in Russian, that's easy. But talking with people in English, especially about like something that I know very little information about, that was challenging. So that's why I just didn't do it. So in the beginning, then I had to, like, people started telling me, you have to get out of your comfort zone. You have to get out of your comfort zone. So like, you have to do record videos, you have to call your leads. And I was like, well, let's give it a try. So I think I took like some kind of challenge or something, and I recorded, I think, 90 seconds video, like some kind of testimonial or something like that. And it took me about, I think, 2 or 3 hours to record that. And I was like, heck no, I'm not doing that again. Like, goodbye, I'm not recording videos. So over. So I think it was last year, maybe like in January or so. And then there was another challenge, and which was Instagram 30-day challenge. And we had to, every single day we had to record a 15-second video. I was like, well, I can do that 15-second video. Like, I'm all in. And I did that challenge. I took that challenge. But the thing is, even that was problem. That was a big problem, because I was like, well, I only have 15 seconds. What do I say? Right? And like, it was a lot of like struggle, because like, how do I put together a sentence? How do I like stop using like, how do I say, like, those like little what we do like between those words when we don't know what to say. So all that was a big challenge. Then last year, in I think August, around August, I was like, well, I'm just gonna take a plunge. I'm gonna like dive into that video marketing thing, and I'm just gonna go for it. Like, and the thing that I started doing, and I think that's something that really helped me out, is I pretty much eliminated, like I cannot say eliminated, but I just brought in more people into my life that are English speaking, and the people that that I started reading books, I started listening to audios, I started like watching webinars, communicating with people through the chat, like starting like to have some conversations. And that helped me to like improve my English. Like my English was always like pretty good at like very conversational level. And like I did pass all the tests and I was like the best student in class and whatever. But when it came to like going out there like into like English environments, that was a little bit challenging, especially when I have to be kind of perfect with when it comes to talking to prospects. I have to like be very structured. And I was looking, like my biggest problem was I was really comparing myself to others and comparing myself to like people whose English was the first language. And I was like, oh, like they talk so perfectly, like how can I do this? So, and I think that's the biggest like problem for most people. They just go and compare themselves to everybody else. And I think that's just a distraction. I mean, you really have to focus on your own stuff and really focus on improving yourself and like getting better and better. I have like a little bracelet over here. So, and that's what I did. So I started to really like surround myself with like English everything, books, like everything, like, trainings, videos, like, watching, even like one thing that helped me out, and that's something I started doing when I was at school. And I think I was 16 years old or so, and I started watching movies in English with Russian subtitles because I had to have like some kind of help. So even though like I was listening and I needed to improve my pronunciation and like all of that, so I don't have like like accent, so that helped. So like really surround yourself with everything English, and then like once you do that, you actually start thinking in English. And like that's where I'm at right now. Like I don't think much in Russian. I do think in English most of the times, unless I'm communicating using the Russian language. So that helped. Another thing, like with video marketing specifically, I mean, what I just mentioned basically was my foundation, right? So then with video marketing, like I decided, okay, I have to put myself out there. I have to get uncomfortable, because if I want results in my business, I have to do the things that I haven't done. So and video was one of those, right? So, and I was like, well, how do I talk about something that I'm gonna be kind of comfortable with talking about? And I knew a lot about Instagram, and I started like recording short videos of Instagram training, Instagram apps that I'm using, Instagram tips, how to put together a cool bio, like how to generate leads with Instagram. And like one thing that helped me out a lot, I was doing screen shares. So like I did have like a little icon at the bottom of the page, like with me, so that people see my face and they see that I'm the one who's talking. But I did a screen share, and when I saw things, it was a lot easier, because then I started doing videos like, with the face only. And it did take me about 2 to 3 hours, or maybe not 2 to 3 hours, but about 2 hours to record a 3 to 5 minute video. And like then the editing process was even more difficult, because I had to spend probably about an hour or even more to edit that video so that it kind of looks good. Because like my first videos are terrible, and like I completely like admit that, and I know they're terrible, and I mean that's just how it goes. But you get better with practice, right? So I mean, the more you practice, the more you do this over and over and over again, the easier it gets. So, and once you get into the practice of talking, like some people say like you need to go in front of the mirror and like start talking. I didn't do that stuff. Like I decided to dive into video marketing. And then someone told me, and it was a year ago, or maybe like 10 months ago, they told me, oh, like Jelena, you have a cool accent, like, like where are you from? And I was like, I have an accent? Really? Like you all have accents. Like I don't have an accent. Like, I'm just having like some challenges when it comes to talking. But yeah, I do have it's like a Russian accent, like just a regular one. But then, I think that's something that you always have to find something that's going to make you stand out a little bit more. And if I do have an accent, I was like, well, there's really nothing I can do about that. Yes, I can practice more like English and all of that. But, if it's with me, if it's something that's going to stay with me, like that's going to be like my kind of unique personality, and I'm just going to go with it. So what I would say, like all the things that I just outlined, that helped me, it can help you as well. So when it comes to like, you know, putting yourself out and getting on the phone, like, you know, like the thing that I still could not get on the phone with people because it was still difficult. I was like, well, I have to talk to people like on the phone, really? Like, is that what I'm supposed to do? And I mean, it was difficult, but with videos, like I got a little bit more comfortable, and then the results followed. So that was worth it. All the struggle, all the challenges, all the difficulties that videos like brought to me, and the amount of time it took me. I mean, that's like, video marketing has been such a game changer. I'm so glad that I decided to do that. And then live videos came out, and I was more comfortable doing live videos because I have already practiced with 15-second videos. Then I started doing like 3-minute videos, and I like, you know, increased that, and now like I have no problem doing this interview.
That is awesome. Absolutely. I think it's very encouraging that you actually took several steps. You took several steps. You said, I'm not going to give up. And by actually following these steps, you were able to train yourself, to feel more confident, and to conquer your fears of, you know, having an accent and not being able to communicate with people and so on. And that is fun, because I can relate so much to what you're saying. I mean, definitely. I mean, making my first video for a 100-day challenge took me something like 5 hours, and it was only like a few minutes, but it was absolutely crazy. And then I remember when I went to work, and I heard somebody who was English, but you know, in England you've got so many different accents, and this guy had what we call a Welsh accent. So I remember like turning around, looking at everybody, saying, "Oh my gosh, I don't understand a word of what he's saying." So I asked them, like, "Do you understand what he's saying?" And we said, "Nope, no idea." And I felt so good, because I was like, yes,
yes, I'm not the only one, right?
I'm not the only one, and he is English, and I've got a French accent. And then I realized that I couldn't really hide by simply be, oh, well, you know, I can't do it, this is difficult. So I decided, like yourself, to take on more challenges. So there was a position being offered to become like a course team leader. So I applied for that. I applied to be a CPD coordinator, where you train teachers, you know, to provide more interesting lesson plans. I was working in a prison with young offenders, and I thought, you know what? I cannot just be fearful. This doesn't make sense. If I want to move on in life, I need to do it. So yes, some people might not be able to understand what I'm saying, but it's practice made perfect. So now, I mean, I won't say that my English is like amazing, but it is so much better than what it was before, and my confidence is growing so much every day. So those who are petrified about having an accent, if you are not trying now, you will probably never try, and you will never see what you can accomplish. So when I got some English people saying, "Oh, are you English?" I'm like, ah! I made it.
I still never have those. No, I do have, you know, this is this is kind of funny. And I had like a few, I would say not nasty, but not very pleasant comments when people told me, like, I have no idea what you're saying. They're like, I don't understand a single word. I was like, well, you know, you're one person, and I have like 20 people who are listening to me live, and maybe you have to go to a doctor and like check your ears. I didn't say that, but like as soon as like I have like an itch to say that to people. So I mean, you will be criticized. So I mean, just keep, because here's the thing: when you have 20 people who encourage you and one person who tries to put you down, yes. I mean, like, I don't give a damn thing about that person.
Absolutely. And guess what, Jelena? I think I remember being on one of your Facebook lives, and I heard you, I think, saying that. And I was like, wow, this is so courageous. I love that. Like you did, oh, you can understand. Well, sorry about that, but I need to carry on. And you just moved
I
on.
remember that.
That was epic. That was an epic moment. I just loved it so much because I think it's key as a leader to be confident with who you are.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
so if you, because that's who you are, and that's part of your unique selling point, which is you.
Exactly.
People who are going to sign up with you, they sign up because of you. You've got so much enthusiasm, so much energy, there is so much going on that we want to be part of that. And the people who are saying, so English is not your first language, right? Okay, well, I don't really understand what you're saying. Okay, well, other people do. I'm sorry if you don't understand, but let's carry on. And it's good. It shouldn't affect you if somebody says that, because I know that personally myself, somebody said to me when I was working, are you not talking to people because your English is not that good? And I was like, why are you saying that? Oh, you shouldn't say that. Oh, I mean, inside I was boiling, you know. I was like, no, I'm fine. Like, you know, 3-word sentences is all I could do, hiding. But he was so right. And when he said that, that really touched me. And I said, you know what? I need to try harder. So I want to thank that man so much for what he did for me by saying you were scared because you've got an accent, which was true. Absolutely true. He was right. And I didn't know how to hide it. And that helped me to go a step further and say, you know what? You need to challenge yourself and you need to speak out. You need to open your mouth. And if people don't understand what you're saying, that's okay. You speak 2 languages. So it's so nice to hear from you, Jelena. It is so refreshing. I mean, usually people don't even talk about that, you know.
Yeah, and one thing I would say is, and I think I forgot what I was about to say. Yeah, oh, I forget. I remember. So, like, whenever it comes to, like, when you have a naysayer, when you have, like, somebody who's, like, tries to put you down, like, it should not be something that's, like, you know, takes you away from your goals, but it should actually motivate you, like, to keep going, to keep practicing even more, so that you have less of, I mean, you're going to have, like, probably more and more critics, like, you know, those people like negative Nancy's who are going to be like, oh, like, you have an accent, like, what the heck are you, right? So, I mean, they are going to be there, but guess what? I mean, if they try to put you down, I mean, they really have nothing to do with what you can accomplish. Like, I don't care, like, whether you're English, like, I know a guy whose English is like the 3rd language, and he was able to, like, push through, and he's like a freaking copywriter. I was like, what? Copywriter with English being the 3rd language? Like, what the heck? And I was like, well, like, I have no excuses. So, like, if your English is like 2nd, 3rd, or 4th language, you have no excuse but just to go out there, practice more, so that, you know, all those critics, they're gonna see that you're crushing it while they're just being, like, negative. So, ain't nobody got time for that.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more than that. I mean, I'm actually sharing this to other people because they need to hear that, and that is so right. So so we said that having an accent is not something which should stop you in terms of moving forward with your goals and having success. What would you say was the tipping point where you said, you know what, now is the time to change my life, and regardless of what people are saying, I'm still going to do it? And what have you been able to achieve through that?
Okay, do you mean, like, when was, like, that big breakthrough when I realized that I can do this?
Yeah.
Well, first of all,
is there like a specific moment that you could say, yeah, this is what happened? Or
yeah, okay. So there were, like, I would say a lot of moments like that, because first of all, I got started 2 years ago, like on September 2nd, 2014. I decided to, like, you know, make it happen and dive into online marketing, because I didn't go to college. I was 19 years old, like, now 21, all grown up, right? So I decided to do that. So like I said, I started diving into online marketing and all of that. I did not have a lot of breakthroughs. I was all over the place because the first year in network marketing, I had no education. I had no idea what the heck I was going to do like with my life. And then I had like all of that knowledge, like all that education all over myself, right? So I hear an echo again.
I can't hear the echo. It's okay on my side. You might be okay.
All right. Yeah, looks like it's working. Okay. So, and first of all, like, I was all over the place. Like I said, I didn't do videos. I didn't call my leads. I didn't do blogging. I was on social media. I was on Instagram. I was trying to do some Facebook. Nothing worked out. Then I went to like a couple live events and I learned some cool stuff. And I was like, oh, I'm going to automate my business. I'm going to run some traffic, all of that. So, which like didn't work either because I didn't have a lot of money to invest into advertising, like, coaching and all of that stuff. Like because I was just getting started. Last year I was 20 years old. So I had like really, I didn't have a job. Like I never had a job, and like I'm just grateful for that I didn't have to like like go there and like waste my time and all of that. So because I do have very supportive parents, luckily. So then I was like, I had a conversation with my dad. I think it was last August, probably last year. Yeah, I would say in the beginning of August. He told me like, Jelena, you have invested a lot of money. You haven't done anything. You don't have any results. You are working your butt off. You're learning so much, but you have no results. Like, what the heck is going on? Like, what are you going to do about that? Let's, map out a plan. What are you going to do step by step? You need to do like, if you need to do traffic, let's do traffic. If you need to do like blogging, like, let's do this. So he like really pushed me because I understood that if I don't do this, like I will probably have to go into debt and go into college, which I didn't want. So, and I was like, well, okay, I'm just going to sit down, see what everybody else is doing, because like that was 11 months, in August, it was 11 months since I was learning. I was trying to implement something, nothing worked out. And I was like, well, I'm going to put together a plan. I'm going to see what everyone else is doing. So I was like, oh yeah, everybody's doing videos. Everybody has a blog. Everybody's going doing prospecting. Everybody's posting on Facebook. So everybody, like, people told me, choose one marketing strategy and focus on that. And I was like, well, how do I focus if there's like too many things? If, I see it, all the leaders, they are doing, everything, like I want to do this too. But the thing is like, my thing is, my problem was I was not consistent in the beginning. Like I just had no clue how to be consistent. Like I started blogging. I did a couple of blog posts. Then I had a mind block. Why would someone listen to me? I'm 20 years old. Like I have no experience in life. I just had like not a degree. I have like a high school diploma, which like I'm not really using anywhere. And I mean, I just got stuck. And then I was like, well, in August, I put together everything. I was like, well, I'm just going to do this. I'm going to do this every single day. Or like, I'm going to be consistent, even though it's a challenge. So when I started creating content, I started emailing my list. I started doing everything that I was like, well, I have to, if I want to become a top earner, if I want to become a leader, I need to do what other leaders are doing. And I saw they were emailing their list. They were getting leads, even though I had no idea how to get leads, like because I wasn't getting many. So I started doing blogging, and I was like, well, blogging is going to be my main strategy because, I mean, I learned from Ray Higdon, which I know you probably like, did as well. And I was like, well, like I cannot invest a lot of money into traffic and paid advertising. Like it just like, I need a lot of stuff to test. I need a lot of like a big budget. And I was like, well, I resonate with Ray. I see what he's doing. I see what he's accomplished. Like if he could do it, like I can do it too. And I was like, well, blogging is going to be my main thing. I am going to do videos alongside with that because videos do make a difference, and like I've seen it happen to other people. Then I was like, I'm going to build my audience. I'm going to focus on going out there, talking to people, getting on the phone if necessary, which was still a big trouble. So, and I started doing all that, and I was like, well, I'm going to build my, even though, and some people say, well, like, why should I email my list if I have 2 subscribers? I don't care how many subscribers you have to go and email your list and blog as if you have like millions of subscribers, right? And that's like the mindset I started working with. I was like, I don't care if I have like 5 people following me. I'm gonna be postured. I'm gonna be, working as if I have already accomplished that. And I think that was like a big switch. So, and then I started to I put together a 90-day action plan, and I hit like my first rank. Then I hit a second one. And like that was like, I was like, yes, like I was like on cloud 9, right? I was like, yes, I'm finally starting to get results. I started to get some recognition. And I mean, the thing is, like, I would say most people ask me like, Jelena, what's your marketing strategy? Like, because I mean, Ray Higdon is doing blogging, like Dan Hogman is doing email marketing, Mark Harbert is doing videos. And I was like, well, my main thing is like when it comes to marketing strategy, it is blogging. But if you really ask me what my strategy is, it's consistency. Like if I do Facebook Lives, it is going to be consistent. If I do blogging, it is going to be consistent. If I do email my list, it's going to be consistent. Like I'm going to be consistently consistent. I'm going to make it happen. Because you are going to be noticed by the leaders and by everybody you look up to only when you show up in your business and take action every single day, day in and day out. You go out there, you like put your face out there. You know, you go into Facebook groups, you go into like communities, you go to all the wake up calls, you go to all the trainings, like everywhere. You have to be plugged in, because when people see you like all the time, and I was talking to Brian Finale like in Austin, and like we're like having like conversation, and like I was like already like a certified coach by that time, and he told me like, hey Jelena, good to see you here, like, you know, oh, I see like you're on the wake up calls all the time and on webinars. And I mean, like that stuff works if you just get your name out there, if you put yourself, if you make yourself visible, you are going to get results, especially when you combine that with taking action and with being consistent. Because I mean, you can do any strategy, like I don't care what that's going to be, paid ads, Facebook ads, video marketing, Facebook Live. I mean, it has to be consistent, because if you do like 5 blog posts this week and you don't do anything for a month, you're not going to get results. So I had to go and like blog my way to like those ranks for 180 days, to like 5 to 7 times a week blogging, you know, to like start getting consistent leads. And I mean, it does pay off. And another breakthrough I would say I had just a month ago when I was in Austin. And I mean, I would say another big breakthrough I had when I got a coach who helped me rank up within like a week. Before, I was struggling for 5 months to hit that next rank. Like I just hit a wall. I was like, I have no idea how to do that. I don't know, like if it's possible. He pushed me, like he like gave me a roadmap that I had to follow. And he told me, Jelena, you can do this. Like, I believe in you. And I mean, when like you have a mentor or a coach who does believe in you, that does make a big difference. So I hit that rank. And then at an event in Austin, Texas, I had so many breakthroughs. We had so many speakers. And I mean, something happens when you actually meet those people in person. I mean, when you go to webinars, when you watch interviews like that, that's cool. But when you go there, it's like a whole another story. I mean, like I met Ray Hayden, Mark Harbert, Diane Hogman, like everybody you can think of. And when I saw them, that they are just real people, that they're not like on a pedestal, like as I was thinking about that, I mean, like you see that it's possible. And I think that was like my biggest breakthrough. And like I just got into like, you know, even more action mode. So those are like, you know, a couple of breakthroughs that I had.
Woohoo! I was about to add the Google effects, you know, but I didn't want to mess up the recording. My gosh, that was good, isn't it? Like we said in the UK, it was good, isn't it? Oh, that was fantastic. I love the part when you say that your marketing strategy is being consistent.
Yeah. And
I would say finally, before, you know, the kids start coming from everywhere, not that I've got that many, but it's going forward in your business when you're getting started and you put all your heart, mind, and soul into it, and you are not seeing any results yet, but still carry on going in order to do what you said you would do, and then having results. So I think that probably what is happening is people think that maybe after 30 days, they're going to hit the jackpot and everything is going to be so hunky-dory, because doing online marketing is so easy, isn't it? When, you know, actually it's more 30 days times 6. Not days, but months. So it's a bit more, and it's only when you have actually sown something into the ground, and now it is coming to fruition. Now you can see the results of your hard work. So I think that was very great that you shared that being consistent is actually the #1 marketing strategy, and carry on just providing value on a daily basis, regardless of you see any results or not. But you need to persevere until you see something, and at least staying in the business for at least 6 months and working your way to it for at least 6 months, not 30 days, is very important. Oh, that is so fantastic. So you are saying that by being known, being like a nobody, even if you are somebody in the eyes of God, but being like a nobody to the marketplace, nobody knows your name, by simply following a roadmap and a plan, you actually now made a name where people recognize you and know who you are. Is that correct?
Yeah, and I would say like a couple things. And I'm reading the book by Gary Vaynerchuk, who's also a Russian, and he's a very well known in the entrepreneurship community. And he said, and I was like, one of my challenges was like, I hear an echo again. Can you mute it? I think you can mute yourself so you. Okay. So, and I think like one of my challenges was like, I have this Russian last name that is super difficult to pronounce. And I was like, how would people remember my name? And Gary Vaynerchuk, he mentioned in the book, Ask Gary Vee, the one that I'm reading right now, he mentioned like, how do you make people remember your name? You earn it. So, and how do you do that? By going out there and getting to work. I mean, like doing the activities every single day, day in and day out, being consistent, showing up, doing what's needed to be done. And I would say like one of the things that, and I think this is like really important from the mindset standpoint, you don't just go and take action like clueless. I mean, you don't just go like record videos like you're a robot, or you don't go and like blog like a blogging machine like Rick Higdon. I mean, you're not gonna just go and like blog without a purpose, right? So and without actually seeing yourself being already there. So I was blogging as if I was a top leader already. So I saw myself being already like where I wanted to be. And I think you have to like really not fake it till you make it, but really act as if the event has already happened. So, and I think that was a big, and that is something like we had Dr. Joe Dispenza speak, and he said, and he basically confirmed all of my like all the knowledge is, you know, you have to act as if the event has already happened. So you have to see yourself being on stage. You have to see yourself getting that award. You have to see yourself speaking there. You have to see yourself like, you know, having like a top, you know, blog in the industry. So I mean, you have to see those things and really like, even if you don't have the results in the beginning, act as if. So it's not fake it till you make it. It's like as if you're already there. And I mean, when you put yourself, when you see that bigger picture, when you see like your vision, when you see where you're going, and you see like the, I would not call it destination, but really like your vision, and everything else becomes easier. And I mean, when you have a bigger picture, when you know where you're going, the short-term actions, they're going to be way easier to, you know, to do.
Absolutely. That is absolutely fantastic what you said, because athletes actually are going through this process by leaving the event before the race is actually starting, so they can condition their mind, condition their body, and see themselves winning. I mean, I remember again when I came to the UK, and then I went to university to become a teacher, and then I had this job as a teacher, and I applied to become a course team leader. I mean, all the time I could see them talking among each other. I mean, to me at the time, that was something which was huge, because I could see them talking and sharing ideas on how they could help, you know, the students work better, and I could literally see myself there. And I remember passing one day, and I just felt it. I was like, I am going to be with you guys. And it happened. And it was so empowering, because you can feel and you know that this is for you. So if you know and you feel that what, you know, working from home is something for you, you have to really to go for it. And people would have the wrong idea by thinking that it's fake it before you make it. I actually saw a post from Jen Johnson. She said, it's not fake it before you make it, it's faith it.
Exactly.
You make it. You have faith in what you do. You are providing value, valuable information that people want to know about, which is going to help them move their business forward. That is why it has nothing to do with faking it, but faithing it, having faith in the process, and that you're going to see results. Oh my gosh, this is so exciting. This is amazing. This is amazing. Well, I would like to thank you, Jelena. I think we've been together now for probably about 20-30 minutes, and I know that your time is very valuable, and baby, who is right here sleeping soon, is going to start screaming. But I wanted to thank you so much for your time, for your dedication, for inspiring so many people, and for the great work that you do. You really do work like a machine, by the way. Did I say that? Yes, I did.
Thank you.
That's right. Thank you. You are so good at what you do, and I wish you all the best in what you're doing. And I would like to close this hangout. Do you want to say a final word before I stop the hangout?
Yeah, I mean, like if you think that you have like any excuses not to do something, I'm 21 years old. My first language is Russian. Like I live in Latvia, where like people have no idea where the heck it is located. I call it Narnia. So,
Yeah, Narnia.
I mean, right? No excuses. Seriously, like and I would say like the final word, something that I heard from Ray Higdon. I mean, don't let your excuses become the reasons why you didn't make it happen, because other people have much bigger challenges, much bigger obstacles, and they made it happen. So don't let, because you can either be an example of a success or an example of quitting. So do you want to be known as a quitter? Because nobody remembers quitters. Nobody remembers people who have given up. So if you because anything is possible if you set your mind into that, and if you just persevere, be consistent, and be, I would say, resilient, because you have to develop that thick skin, because you will be criticized, people will come on your way, you will have haters, naysayers, your family will hate you, your friends will hate you, so everything's gonna happen. So the only question is are you going to be a success, or are you going to be someone who gave up? So nobody remembers people who have given up. So my message is just keep going, even if the obstacles are happening, because that's just a part of the process. Nothing's going to be perfect, so you just have to keep going. And as Diane Hogman says, just keep swimming. Just keep swimming.
What do? We swim.
Exactly.
Finding Nemo is one of my best cartoons. So again, Jelena, you've been an absolute rock star. Thank you so much for everything. And if you want to learn more about how to market online, connect with us, and we can help you grow your business online, to brand yourself, get more leads, and make more sales. And we can share the roadmap to building your business online. So Jelena, thank you so much, and take care, darling. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.